All right, Guru Rick, you saved my brother James LaFawn with your diet advice. Uh, he lost a lot of weight. Life happens, and so that alone, we're all in debt to you. So now, now you look more ripped than even before, uh, and you have now started the carnivore diet. Now, there's a lot of hype about this. There's a lot of people against it. The typical stuff. And you have written down your diet plan. Give me some of your thoughts on the carnivore diet, how you've been doing it, your philosophies in general, which is always fun to hear, and the list you have made. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'll focus. I'll actually do a handheld on that at some point. But yeah, carnivore diet. What's how did you get into that? What's the idea? What's going on?
Okay, I might have covered this before, but I'll do it again. Um, this carnivore lifestyle um, started as a keto diet,
Okay.
and when I moved back to Pittsburgh, I uh, wanted to get in better shape, and I wanted to prevent cancer. So that was in 2018, and a lot of people in Pittsburgh and Pennsylvania, the East Coast, their cancer rate's pretty high.
Mm-hmm.
It's higher than the West Coast for whatever reason you might believe. Lifestyle, um, probably just lifestyle, because the food is available nationwide. So I came here, did not have cancer. Used to joke that people on the East Coast had a lot of cancer. I moved back to the East Coast. I started doing research on cancer. I've always been a weightlifter, and found out that cancer thrives on sugar. And if you don't believe that, if you've ever had a CAT scan, they tell you to fast. And then when you ask them what's in the contrast, they will tell you it is a glucose isotope.
Right, the PET scans. Yep.
Right, the
Mm-hmm.
PET scans, CAT scans. And they'll have you drink a sugar solution after you've fasted. And then as the cancer comes to the sugar and eats the sugar, they photograph you in that CAT scan or PET scan. So I always thought that was funny. And then in 2019, 2019, 2019 or 2020, I think it might have been 2020, uh, I get diagnosed with cancer, um, which on the keto diet, it pretty much got me in the shape that always wanted to be in. And I pursued that with the diagnosis of cancer, um, under under the understanding that keeping your glucose low, not eating sugar, uh, I would help my survival rate um, through radiation and chemotherapy. So I ended up with the cancer I used to joke about, and through diet and education and lifting, um, I thought the keto diet was the way to go, and it's a great place to start. Um, but as you start doing research with even keto people, you'll realize that a lot of the keto people have gone carnivore, and carnivore is the new thing. Yes, it's the new lifestyle. Uh, and with the carnivore diet, you start to realize that people weren't meant to eat plants. There are um, properties in plants, and it's hard to wrap your head around. It took me 4 years. I thought it was bullshit. Um, the plants have the defense mechanisms to keep you from eating them. not you as a person, but animals from eating them. Roses have thorns. Marijuana has THC. Spinach and kale have their properties, which is phytates. It's either oxalates. It's either oxalates, phytates, lectins. I think there's two others.
Yeah, raw broccoli is hard to is like very hard to digest.
Yeah, which is I think an oxalate problem. And I think broccoli might be lower than most, but spinach and kale, all of these nutrients that these health people on YouTube, health advocates, yeah, there are nutrients in plants, but we as people don't have the stomachs, ruminant stomachs, ruminant animals. We don't have the digestive system to digest, and it's not just plants. We're going to put plants all under the same category as cellulose. People aren't meant to eat cellulose, and if from what I understand, and people can check this information, but if you talk to people that have a colostomy bag, or you talk to colostomy nurses that change the bags on colostomy patients, they don't find meat, undigested meat in the bags like we were taught when we were young, that there was undigested meat in your intestines, 5 pounds of meat, whatever. The colostomy patients and nurses don't find the meat in the colostomy bags.
Ugh.
What they find are peanuts, almonds, walnuts, spinach, kale, broccoli. They find a lot of nuts, seeds, and plants. And the colostomy patients also explain that when they got rid of plants, they also got rid of the bloating. When you look at the digestive system of goats and horses and cows, it's so hard to digest cellulose, grass, plants. There's no difference between grass and spinach and broccoli. Sometimes they even have to cough up the food again, rechew it, which is cud, and then swallow it again.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and sometimes the cows and the horses will even eat their own manure and redigest that plant cellulose. It's really hard to digest, and I believe we're not meant to digest cellulose.
All right, so let's get into the diet. Essentially, I'll grab this. Okay, here. All right, so we got the basic daily meal plan. Okay, so we got you have everything. Very good handwriting, not like me. You got the protein, the calories, and the fat, and the carbs. The evil carbs are segregated. All right, so you got a cup of goat milk and a scoop of protein powder. Now this is your breakfast essentially, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and this starts at about 2:00 after 16 hours of not eating. So it's intermittent
fasting. Okay. So now I see the next thing here. We got 6 eggs. Obviously grass. What's
pasture raised?
Pasture raised only. We got the eggs. We got a half a cup of bacon. Tablespoon of butter. Of course, these are grass fed.
Yes.
It doesn't have
high fat butter.
High fat. Half a cup of lard. That surprises some people.
Yeah. Well, the lard is a real good source of fat, and if it's not lard, it should be suet, and if it's not lard and suet, it should also be ghee, butter.
Ghee.
Don't cook with butter. Butter has a low flash point, but ghee flash point is like 490
You
degrees.
mentioned tallow at one point, but I know that's difficult for some people to get, right?
Yeah, well, lard is bacon, lard is pork fat, tallow is cow fat, and suet is solid cow fat.
Right. So we'll go down the list here. So now, that's your main meal, right?
Yes.
Okay, so now we see here a cup of goat milk, right? That's also interesting. And
yeah, goats primarily eat grass,
right,
so you're going to get the goat milk's going to be higher
Alright, so
quality.
then a scoop of protein powder. So, and then going down here, I see ghee, right, as you had mentioned, right? And ground beef, of course. The beef is the grass fed and grass finished, right? Beef. And I see pistachios here, but you're a little iffy with the pistachios.
Yeah, there's a theory out there. Pistachio is a seed; it's not a nut. And as you can see from the paper, it's real high in carbohydrates. I'm trying to keep the carbohydrate around 28, under 30 grams. Because I'm lifting, I could probably go to 30 grams of carbs, but there's debate whether that will kick you out of ketosis or not. And a keto diet is running your body on fat other than carbohydrates. So in a way, a carnivore diet is a keto diet. Keto doesn't necessarily mean plants, and carnivore doesn't necessarily mean a lack. Well, it does mean a lack.
Well,
of
yeah,
plants.
you're eating everything here is an animal product.
Yes.
So this is I love this too, cause and I like vegan food and restaurants because I'm like that, but this is like the anti-vegan diet. This is literally the diametrically opposed nemesis diet. I kind of like that idea of it.
Yeah, well, through my friend, you've seen Jim's interview. Society, or the upper classes of society, will discourage you from eating meat because meat will make you strong.
Yeah.
Especially combined with exercise, will make you aggressive. Your testosterone will be higher, which could be why they want you to eat vegetables. They want you to be weak. Only the gladiators got meat. Society has never been in poorer health since we started agriculture. There's just, I believe, a lot of benefits to being on an all-meat diet. Now, it's not cheap. And even though I eat 6 eggs, I would ideally try to eat more red meat. You can go down the rabbit hole on whether eggs are better than red meat. That's up to you. I only eat for about 5 hours a day, so I can't get as much red meat as I want in. I just don't have the room in my stomach or the time.
You mentioned when you have, let's say, most of the grass-fed beef comes like in a pound, right? Those things you get at Aldi or you get wherever you get yours, Whole Foods or whatever. So how much of that would you eat? Because man, I can eat the whole thing, especially if I fasted all day. I'm damn hungry, and I'll eat the whole damn thing. But you try to eat half of it, right?
Yeah, I eat it in half-pound portions because I usually my stomach is small. I just don't have the size or the room. There are girls online that eat 4 pounds of red meat a day. They haven't had any vegetables in one girl, I think 12 years. She's never had a vegetable. You have to have an acidic stomach. Vitamins A, D, E, and K are all in fat. They're not in plants. And even if they are in plants, you don't have the stomach. You don't have the wherewithal to assimilate those vitamins from the plant.
All right, so we'll just wrap this up real quick. So this is your meal plan. Of course, you work out like a maniac every day.
Yeah.
So that's added to this. Very interesting. The results are there. I mean, you're shredded, bro. You're a boomer, but you don't look like a boomer. You're one of us. You're a Gen Xer, just like the other guy over here. Where is he hiding over there?
I was born in '63.
Yeah, we claim you. Although I'm a boomer now, like I said, once you're over 30, you're a boomer. Apparently, that's the new law. So it's like Logan's Run or something. So, all right, cool. This is pretty cool. I don't know if I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna try to eat more like this. We'll see what happens. But
Oh, it's a process. It's a process. Start off with just keto, going online. Um, Dr. Berg is very general. A lot of people like him. A lot of people don't. But it's a good place to
all
start.
right.
Then YouTube, Thomas DeLauer.
Well, yeah, we'll do that. We'll do another vid for that.
Okay.
We'll just mention some guys to look
And
up.
Dr. Ken Berry.
Yes, cool, very cool. Oh.